Muy buenas gentes, bienvenidos de nuevo al canal y vamos con otro capítulo más de L.A. Noir. No iré. No voy a ir. No. Venga, vamos a seguir. Creo que estábamos en la ciudad desnuda o algo por el estilo. No me acuerdo cómo se llamaba el caso. Ciudad dormida. Eso es. Y estábamos en objetivos. El doctor. Sí. Espera. No, calla, que esto ya lo hemos hecho. Sí. Sí, venga, vamos a volver al escenario. A ver qué hostia nos piden.
Can you drive to this one?
All right, where to?
No.
You're behind the wheel.
Si es que da algún fallo, pero bueno.
Have you noticed how Croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A
No sé
couple
si
of
hay
drugs
algo
and every
que
doctor I've
no he
met will
mirado
spill your
en la
darkest
escena del
secrets in a
crimen. Yo
heartbeat.
juraría que sí. Yo juraría que lo he mirado todo, pero bueno. A ver, no, esto sí que lo he visto todo ya. Que estaba aquí. Sí. Sí. Claro, sí, solo se ve el punto porque ahí hay pista, pero no se oye la campanita. Eso es. Joder, qué hostia le doy. ¿Ves? pero no se pone, no se hace la campanita esa rara. Yo no veo nada. Ah, espera. Pues aquí hay música. Esto era lo que faltaba, sí señor.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
Y ahora ya veréis cómo... Esperemos que esto se haya tachado. Hola.
You drive.
¿Ves?
I need to go over the case notes.
Tachado.
Do we know where
Pues
we're
ala,
going?
a la boutique. Venga. Que no me quedaba tranquilo viendo eso destapado. No, me acordaba que nos dijo no sé qué de las jeringuillas.
Well, hello. What
Hello.
can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Historia laboral.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
She worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Me lo creo.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any
¿Y ella
close
qué
friends
culpa
here?
tiene?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd
Claro.
like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
Relación con la
How
víctima.
did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiance, Henry Arnett.
Me lo creo.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business.
Vamos, que estoy que me salgo
He
hoy.
and Julia have been friends for years.
Al tanto del señor Henderson.
Are Miss
venga.
Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Venga, me lo creo.
She was wearing a
Ole.
sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiance to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Bien, ¿dónde vas?
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine, where are we headed?
Buena pregunta. Ah, claro, que hay que hacer una llamada. ¿Veis?
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please. Thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Vale, ¿ves? Así sí.
You can drive.
Where are we going?
Al hospital.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Ahí ya.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
Asesinato, claro.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 Syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Bueno. Madre mía, cómo le han dejado la cara, pero si no tiene ni ojos. Ahí está.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine.
A ver, a ver.
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal, thanks for the lead.
No se lo cree mi compañero. Esta es la sala 1 y estaba en la sala 2.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Sala 2 por aquí. Aquí está.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
A ver. Casado, sexo hombre, prometido de Heather Shawson y amigo de Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally...
Mentira. Mentira.
Come clean with us, Arnett. Was Miss Randall your mistress? Is that how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle?
That's a ridiculous allegation. How could you possibly prove that I paid for Julia's things? We were strictly
No.
business. Julia...
No,
and I
no,
came
no,
from
no.
different
Me he
social
confundido.
backgrounds.
Me he adelantado.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Spill it, Henry. You know
Nada,
nothing about a
joder.
man
Con
named
lo bien que había
Henderson?
empezado.
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Leblanc.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Estás mintiendo. A ver.
So you wouldn't
Ole.
have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's
Acerté
murder.
una.
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down in one round.
Muy bien.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Ah, claro, como lo tenemos que seguir, tengo que conducir
He's in
yo.
that car at the light.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Ahí va. Espera.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Está peor señalizado que Madrid esto, ¿eh? Vamos que se va.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Uy, va.
Careful, we'll get spotted at this distance.
Joder, pero si se acaba de poner en verde. O sea, flipas. No. Cabrones. Hola.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
¿Por qué dan las luces?
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
¿Qué tengo que seguirle? Vale. Es ese de ahí. Cállense. Se ha zafado, pero ¿de dónde? Si le tenía aquí al lado. Ay, ay. Hostias.
He needs money and fast.
Así.
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
¿No? Es ese y ahora va a cruzar a la derecha, ¿no? Sí, como va a cruzar, pues me voy a adelantar yo y voy a cruzar por aquí.
You got a problem, pal?
Uy.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Vale. Pasando lo azul, se ha metido en el callejón. Fíjate lo que poco que me faltaba, ¿eh?
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Oh my God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Quería beberle con amor. Ahora sí que te tenemos ya, cabrón. Guardando.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Ay, no, 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 no. Espera, 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 espera. Que no había visto el teléfono.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks for your
Muy
help.
bien.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as
¿Dónde
guilty
vamos?
as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Bueno, yo creo que sí que nos va a dar tiempo en este vídeo a acabarle. Pero está siendo larguito, ¿eh? Joder, difícil. El caso este es muy difícil. Ay, como ya lo había marcado, pues mira.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Pa, pues como tengamos que ir de uno en uno, ¿por qué no?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
No, vale, tengo que coger...
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
No, este no va a ser nada. Pluma oblonga tampoco. Candelero de oro tampoco. Nada. No. No. Nada. El anillo de perla, este sí.
Even the engagement
¿Ves?
ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Siempre que tengo que hacer. Investiga la casa Everton. O sea, es a lo que hemos venido aquí solo, ¿no? Vale.
You're behind the wheel.
Espera.
Fine, where are we headed?
Venga, vamos a la ronda esta y luego hacemos el objetivo.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
I survived the war for this? I don't need this.
¡Hola! ¡Hostia, tú! ¿Cuántos hay ahí?
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
As soon as he pokes his head out, step on.
Ahí hay uno. Había.
I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole.
Throw out the guns.
Wide open here.
No, hombre. Por favor.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. I nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Can you drive to this one?
All right, where to?
You're behind the wheel.
Pues no sé por qué
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
se me queda parado ahí a veces.
Strong men held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Con este caso yo creo que ya estamos llegando casi al final del caso, ¿eh? Creo.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eastrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary.
¿Que no?
Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you
Lista de
describe to
objetos
us what was
robados.
stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective.
Como, bueno, los gestos, las arrugas, es que está muy bien hecho.
It's been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
No es ver libreta, ¿qué hago? Si es que no he leído casi. Me he estado mirando en los gestos. Lista de contrabando.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
Es la única que veo así.
Young
fallé.
man, you are being quite diabolically rude. If that's all. I would like you out of this house.
Fíjate cómo se quedan marcados las arrugas de los labios al hablar. Vaya.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Te creo, venga.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no.
Claro, es que la otra
I
no
was
he
at a
leído.
social function held by a
Claro, habría
Dr.
fallado de
Philip
todas formas,
Stoneman
seguro.
and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Oh, no. Pero... Ay, así que tengo que conducir yo, joder. Ay. Venga. Vamos, pasa. A ver el mapa. Ya tú. Pero si tengo que ir a tomar por culo. O sea, si tiro ahora a la izquierda hasta donde pueda, que luego tengo que tirar a la derecha. A ver. A ver, era en esta, ¿no? Sí, en esta a la izquierda.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What is sogging it, sister? You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Por el caso que lo hace la gente. Es su normal. Esto es lo que está mal hecho. Pones la sirena que reaccionen los NPCs. Pues claro, ¿no? Es que, chaval, o sea, de verdad. A ver. A ver, cuando pase esto es... Pues no, hasta el final. Y luego al final a la izquierda. Vale. Tun, tun. Vale, es en esta a la izquierda. A ver, mapa. La tercera. Esta no. Este tampoco. Esta. Aquí ya sí.
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiancé really is.
Bah, es que voy a tener que...
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
No.
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Mira, mira, ya lo coge él. Cómo mola esto de los ascensores y todo.
Isn't this just nice and awkward?
Ahí va.
Stop!
Don't kill him,
LAPD!
Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on, get
Put
out.
your hands in the air!
Vamos, sube.
Give it up! LAPD!
Vamos. Ole. ¡Viva!
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop.
Coño.
How'd I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Es que no sé si va a dar tiempo. Bueno, pues como se ha guardado, vamos a dejar aquí este vídeo. Me gustaría terminarle hasta el final, pero es que casi no tengo tiempo. Pues lo vemos en el siguiente. Espero que os siga gustando. Si os gusta, dadle un poderoso like y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Chao, chao.